Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NoZoupForYou here, and today I want to talk about Philippe Auboyneau. Now, I know I mentioned him briefly in a previous video on the French Legion of Honor containers, but I really didn't go that in depth on Philippe. And I want to do that right now because, in my opinion, I feel that this legendary captain is probably one of the best. No, actually, I'm going to take that back. I feel that he is the best legendary captain in the entire game. And he is a must-have if you play French ships and French destroyers and even French cruisers. This is a captain that you absolutely want. However, the problem with this captain is he is very, very expensive. And I went over that with you earlier. If you want him, you're going to have to spend over 2,000 French tokens in order to get him. But again, he is really, really worth it, and here's why. As with most of your legendary commanders, you get little bonuses to some of your skills. Philippe has one of those, but this is an important one, and it's going to be on Survivability Expert. And you can see right here, your Survivability Expert with Philippe is going to be plus 400 for every tier. That is a nice little bonus on top of what you would normally get. And if you're in a destroyer, that adds significantly to your health and your survivability. Now, on top of these little extra perks, you also have the talents, which you're used to as well. Philippe has 3 of these talents. The first talent you're going to see is Speed and Composure. Every 2 million hit points of potential damage received increases your ship's speed by 8%. Now, that might be a little harder to do with destroyers, but if you're using this captain on something like a Henri or an Alsace or a Bourgogne, yeah, this is going to help a lot, and you have a much higher chance of getting that 2 million hit points. Though it'll probably be later in the game when you actually do that. That 8% speed boost is going to be nice though, especially late game when there's fewer ships and you're going to want to chase down battleships and some cruisers. So that's a good one right there, but it won't help you early in the round. Sparks of the Resistance, on the other hand, is going to help you early in the round. On earning the Captured and Assisted Capture ribbon, you get plus 1% to the probability of setting an enemy ship on fire with main battery shells. This is important for your destroyers, maybe a little less so for your cruisers, but in destroyers this is a big help, especially if you elect to take IFHE as I have on my commander, but you haven't taken anything else like Demo Expert to offset IFHE. You can get that plus 1% really early in the round, and you're going to wind up getting these a lot throughout the course of the round if you're capping and assisting. The last of these talents is Fully Armed. If you get a Devastating Strike achievement, this reduces the reload time of your armament, 5% to main battery, 5% to torpedo tubes. And this will happen a fair amount for most players, and it's not limited to in-game. You can get these at the beginning of the round. You get a lucky battleship shot, you're going to take someone out. You're going to get a Devastating Strike. You're going to get a minus 5% to your main battery reload. If you're in a destroyer and you sneak up on a ship, or you just charge a ship, 5% guns, 5% to your torpedo tubes, shaved off the overall reload time. Again, this captain is really, really strong. To the point that I don't want to say he's unfair, but yes, this captain is a little unfair. And the unfortunate part about it is, it's hidden behind a pretty big paywall. That's very unfortunate. If you want this, you're going to have to dig into those missions to get those 2,000 tokens. But if you miss any of those missions, you're going to have to shell out the balloons or money to purchase the containers so you can get those tokens. Is it fair? No, probably not. Is it going to make money? Yes, probably so. Now for myself, I like Philippe a lot on my Mogador. I really think they're a great fit for each other, and I have had a wonderful time playing the Mogador in rank so far. I played 9 rounds earlier. I won every single round except for one, and on the one round that I didn't win, I kept my star. Mogador in general I feel is just a very, very good ship for ranked gameplay. It's a great open water destroyer. It's a great ambush destroyer. And I'm going to cover the Mogador a little more in the future because I think it's worth going over the Mogador because I've fallen in love with this destroyer. But I want to add that when you put Philippe on the Mogador, it just adds to its abilities because right off the bat, you're going to get that increased fire percentage chance. You're going to pop that flare up in the air and you get that plus 1%. Devastating strikes are going to happen a lot, and when you do that, of course, you get less time on the reload for both your torpedo tubes and your main battery. This commander just really suits this ship well, so if you do have the Mogador and you're close to getting Philippe, or you have him right now, slap him on the Mogador and give it a try out in ranked battles for this season while you have the chance. I guarantee you will not regret it, especially if you like fast destroyers that can hold their own in open water. It's very easy to flank in this ship. It's very easy to get those devastating strikes, especially if you one-on-one versus a battleship, because they're not going to be able to do much if they're engaged with another battleship. They're probably not going to go after you, which allows you to close the gap with your 55 knot speed very, very quickly, launch torpedoes, and poof, boom, battleship gone. Even against destroyers, you're going to do phenomenal again. So it's just a really good destroyer. But adding this captain just makes it so much better. And I can't wait for the end of this rank season to try this captain on other ships, on battleships, on cruisers, because I have a feeling it's going to do equally well on those. So anyhow, just wanted to share with you why this captain is so important, why, in my opinion, he's the best captain in the entire game, and why he might be a tad on the little too strong side. And one last thing I almost forgot, I owe you a Bayard winner while we're talking about French ships. So that winner was drawn, and the lucky winner of the Tier 8 Bayard goes to Turbo Mike. Congratulations, Turbo Mike. I've already been in touch with him. You are going to have a nice, shiny, brand new Bayard in your port very soon. Thank you all for entering. I'm going to have more of these in the future, as much as I can, as often as I can. When I hit 25,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is coming pretty soon, I'm going to have tons of ships to give away. So even more raffles galore. If you didn't win now, you might have a chance in the future. As always, thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. Best of luck out there. Again, try Mogador and Philippe. Great combination. Zoop out.